Good morning guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to yet another daily vlog. Sorry if I have nut in my teeth, I've just been snacking, I'm absolutely starving today. It's a happy weekend, happy Saturday. Confession number one, I woke up at 11 AM this morning. It's a bit of a long story, but basically I got to sleep at about 1 because I'm not sleeping all that well, and then suddenly out of nowhere I like jolted up in bed 4 AM and realized I hadn't taken my DVT medication, so freaked out because I can't take it on an empty stomach, and all I could find in my room was just some nuts. So I munched some of these at 4 AM, took my medication, went back to sleep, and here we are, 11:30. Today is going to be quite a big day for me. Dom, my sister, is leaving for Hong Kong for work for 2 weeks, and I'm like totally gutted because she has literally been my wingman since being back in London. She's been looking after me to another level, so I'm gonna really miss her, but also I'm gonna have to step up my game in terms of independence and start getting stuff done. So I spoke to you guys before about taking control more of the things that I can actually do, and yesterday was quite a big day for me, going to the physio and actually being given the start of a prehab program. I'm like super excited to get started, and I want to start like getting a normal routine back in my life again. I feel like I'm like desperately missing routine and just being able to get out and about and do things basically. So what I've decided, as of today, I'm gonna write myself out literally a weekly planner of what I need to do every single day, get a little bit more routine, wake up earlier, which is gonna be a struggle just because my body is so exhausted at the moment, but I need to start going to bed earlier, wake up, go downstairs, make breakfast, do my rehab, and then start some exciting projects that I'm going to be telling you guys all about very soon. Okay, we made it downstairs. This week I've had a few bits of good news that I feel like I haven't really spoken about enough, just because the bad news kind of like overweighed the good news, if that makes sense. But the good news is my MCL is actually healing really nicely, and the surgeon is really happy with it. So much so that he's actually loosened the brace now. It was in a fixed position, but he's unlocked it, so it is loose all the way. I'm now able to bend and straighten my leg as much as I want to. The problem is my leg doesn't want to bend and straighten, and that's what I'm now working on with the physio. But I guess the thing that's like positive about all of this is everything that I'm doing at the moment is clearly working. My MCL is healing really beautifully, which I am putting down to the fact that I'm resting, also that I'm eating the right thing. So I'm like so determined to take control of this and make sure that my nutrition is so on point. So this morning I'm going to be making a slightly different breakfast. I'm going to be doing avocado on toast, upping my protein levels as much as possible, adding in some eggs. I'm going to show you guys what I'm making up in the kitchen. Then I'll head upstairs and do some rehab. So here I have crushed avocado with chili flakes, olive oil, a squeeze of lemon juice on sunflower bread, spinach, and some egg whites as well. This plate is literally packed full with goodness. I've got the protein in the egg, I've got the good fats in the avocado. Spinach is like rich in everything. We've got our B vitamins here, also vitamin C, vitamin K, folic acid, iron, calcium. This is like a plate of goodness. I'm gonna get stuck in and then head upstairs for some rehab. So basically after coming out of yesterday's treatment, I was like skipping and dancing. Well, I wasn't, but the equivalent of on crutches. And I was super happy because I was like, oh my gosh, I've nearly got my extension back, like so happy. But what happens overnight is your muscles get tight, your joint gets tight, you lose the lubrication that you had, and then you're like, am I back to square one? So annoying. Anyway, I have maintained some of the extension that I gained in yesterday's physio session, but today is all about trying to get it back as much as possible. So I only have 4 exercises that I was given by Graham, and I have to do 30 reps of every exercise every day, 5 days a week. It doesn't sound like many reps at all, but trust me, when you're doing these, your muscles literally shake and it's pretty sore. So I thought I'd show you guys exactly what they are. So if any of you are in a similar position to me, you can check with your physio, with your surgeon, if you're able to do these exercises. But to be honest, even if you're not injured, 2 out of the 4 exercises I can't recommend to you any more highly. They literally hit the muscles to a level that I never even knew existed. So those of you who are sitting there at home watching this at the moment, I challenge you to basically join in with me. Hamstring bridge, not the glute bridge, but hamstring bridge. It basically means that my legs are in a slightly different position what it would be for a normal glute bridge, and it hits the hamstring muscle fibers. Having strong hamstrings, strong glutes, and a strong core are literally critical for your recovery. For those of you who don't have an injury, for my ladies out there who are wanting to tone and lift their bottom, please do not forget your hamstrings are a shelf to your glute muscles. So doing these exercises basically give you strong muscles at the back of your leg that allows your glutes to sit on top of them.
So here you can see I'm digging my heels into the wall for support and then driving up through the heels, keeping the core tight and squeezing the glute muscles. You really feel a burn in the hamstrings, the back of the thighs as you do this, and you are aiming for 30 repetitions.
So that is exercise number 1 complete. My hamstrings literally twitch and shake during that. Obviously, if you guys don't have an injury, you'll probably find it a lot easier. So what you can do is add a weight onto your pelvis to make it that little bit harder. Up the amount of reps you're doing, because trust me, you will feel the burn. Feel the burn. Thanks for that, Dom. Burn. So next up is the glute med. You guys know how passionate I am about training the glute med. When I tend to train it with you guys, I train the anterior fibers and the mid fibers, and a lot of us, including me, neglect those posterior fibers at the back. So for those of you who don't know, there are 3 muscles in the glutes. What are the glute muscles called?
1, 2, 3.
No, you know this, I taught you this.
Glute maximus.
That's one of them, gluteus maximus.
Med.
Glute medius.
Gluteus minimus.
That's
Yeah.
true.
This man knows
Really?
everything. So anyway, just a little bit of anatomy, because I know these guys in here care. We're going to be hitting up the glute med, which is super important for rehabilitation of any knee injury. It's also important for preventing knee injuries. Dom is doing a stupid dance behind the camera and it's literally killing me right now. When we think of training the glute med, a lot of people think of resistance bands. Popping resistance bands just above the knee and doing what we call resisted abduction, right? So pushing out against the band. And that comes in various different positions, whether it's crab walks while we're walking to the side, whether it's clams, lying on the floor, opening the legs apart and closing them. That is all hitting the glute med, yes. However, it tends to be hitting certain fibers of the glute med but neglecting others. So there's 3 parts to the glute med. You have the anterior fibers, which are at the front. You have the middle fibers, obviously in the middle, and then you have the posterior fibers at the back. Now when we're training glute med, typically all the stuff that you see on social media, I'm guilty of it, I tend to only really train the anterior mid fibers, neglect this section here, and that is why this exercise hits the posterior fibers of the glute med and it burns. Now for those of you who are thinking, why do I actually care? Do I care about preventing knee injuries? Number 1, you should. But if you're only thinking about the aesthetics here, I just want to look good, I hear you. This is going to help for giving you that nice shape in the bottom, for lifting the bottom, and for strengthening into that hourglass shape. And Dom's hitting her bum. So for this exercise, obviously you can do it without the brace. All you have to do is lie down on your side, resting your head on your hand and creating a gap underneath the waist. From there, you're going to lift the upper leg up to hip height and then take it back into extension, okay? So as far as you can, without the ribs flaring and without rolling backwards or forwards, keep that rib cage tight. Digging the heel into the wall, you're going to turn the toes downwards into internal rotation, bending the underneath leg. You're then going to slide the leg down the wall and back up again. And it may feel okay to start off with, but trust me, the burn will start to kick in. If it's a little bit too easy, bring yourself a bit further away from the wall, back into extension a bit more, toe down, heel up, and I can really feel that in the glutes there. Boom, exercise 2 complete. On to number 3. Okay, so number 3 is actually more of a technique rather than an exercise. Will you stop dancing behind the camera? Dom's leaving me in a couple of hours, so I need to get this wrapped up so we can spend some... Why you want? What film's that from?
Oh, the best film in the world.
What's the best film in the world?
Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Big Fat Greek Wedding. You only know about this when you're Mediterranean, innit? So anyway, this is more of a technique than an exercise. It's a glide, and the whole purpose of it is to try and get extension in my knee. Dom's got the best click in the world. Come show them your click. Stop. Who's got the best click? We're going to start off with Dom. You go first.
You go first.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot for who goes first. 1, 2, 3, then go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
We're so similar.
1, 2, 3, go. Oh.
Boom! Loser!
Who was better? Comment down below. Lil or Dom? That was so much better. All you need for this is a rolled up towel, a very tough TheraBand, and a sister who is willing to help you with the assistance of her hand. A rolled up towel goes underneath the heel of the foot. Folds in half. Please do not try this at home unless your physio has told you to do it. Goes just above the knee, and then your beautiful assistant holds it very tight. From there, as Dom glides, don't be scared, you're not gonna hurt me. I try and push the knee down as hard as I can to try and lift my foot. Where it kind of sits naturally, but trying to push it down now, it's improved so much. So guys, I'm just popping Brucey back on now, because even though I'm allowed to flex and straighten the leg, I'm still not allowed to have any sagittal movement in the knee. So basically inwards and outwards is like out of the question, just because the MCL is still healing. So this has to go straight back on. Okay, so whoops. Last up is me practicing to walk. Now it sounds ridiculous, but this is probably the hardest of the 4 exercises. I'm nervous about putting weight through the leg, not because of the pain necessarily, but more because I think it's going to buckle and fall beneath me. The reason why I'm trying to get that full extension in the leg is because when you're walking normally, you should have something which we call a heel strike. So basically, as you walk and put the foot down, the heel should touch the floor first, and then you obviously swing forward to the toe. Now, to achieve that when you don't have full extension in the knee is really, really difficult. So you'll notice when a lot of people come out of surgery, or if they have knee problems, they'll walk like this. You'll get the toe touching down, a little bit of weight. For your reference, if you're watching this today, the day that it's uploaded, if you check out Zac Efron, yep, Zac Efron's stories on Instagram, he's just had ACL reconstruction surgery, and he's walking like that. He's putting a little bit of weight through the toe and then quickly snapping the good leg through. So the whole purpose of the prehab before the surgery is to try and get the extension back, get the strength back, so that I can walk in as normal gait pattern as possible. I'm going to show you guys now my very, very basic but incredibly proud walking moment. Okay, so that is me done, guys. I'm gonna outro this now just because my body is absolutely exhausted after all of that. I hope you guys found it super useful, and it just basically gives you a little bit more of an insight of what prehab is and what I'm doing at the moment. As this progresses, when I see Graham next week, the exercises will probably be changed or maybe made a little bit more difficult, and I'll take you guys on that journey with me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment down below, because it really supports my channel, and I will see you guys for another daily vlog tomorrow.